Somewhere in your kitchen right now, there's a bag of chips that is almost half air. Not stale air, designed air. Somebody measured that emptiness, somebody approved it, and somebody figured out the exact number of chips they could remove. Before you'd notice, and chips are just the loudest example, your orange juice, your cereal, your toilet paper. Something has been quietly draining out of all of them for years, while the price tag stood perfectly still. And here's the strangest part. Nobody lied to you. Every label in your kitchen tells the truth, and you still walked out with less. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll know this trick's real name, why it works on your brain specifically, and the one tiny number on every shelf that the trick cannot survive. And when you find out who taught companies to do this, you're not going to like it. In the next few minutes, you'll meet the woman who caught it in her own pantry, the artist who designs the emptiness, and the federal employees whose actual job is counting your toilet paper. Let's start with Nora. Nora is a night shift nurse with 2 kids, and she runs her kitchen like a lab. And lately, Nora has a mystery. The family cereal box used to die on Sunday. Now it dies on Thursday. Same box. Same cartoon tiger smiling at her. 3 days of breakfast. Just gone. So Nora does what any sleep-deprived scientist would do. She shakes the box. It echoes like a sad maraca. So she weighs it and pulls up an old grocery photo on her phone. There it is in tiny gray print. The box lost 12% of its weight since that photo. That's 3 breakfasts. The price didn't lose a penny. And once she sees it once, she cannot stop seeing it. The sports drink bottle that went from 32 ounces to 28, half a glass just evaporated. And when people asked the company why, the official answer, I promise this is real, was that the new bottle is more aerodynamic. The party bag of peanut butter cups, 40 ounces down to 35.5. That's a whole handful of cups that simply retired. The toilet paper roll, same width, same cardboard tube, fewer sheets riding on it. And this isn't new, it's a staircase, and we've all been walking down it for 20 years. Orange juice. Back when your parents did the grocery run, that carton was a true half-gallon, 64 ounces. Then it became 59, still wearing the same carton. Then 52. The newest jugs, 46. That's 1 full glass of juice gone in the latest step alone. The carton kept its size, kept its sunrise picture, kept its price. It just quietly stopped being a half-gallon somewhere around the time you stopped checking. So let me say the quiet part now. This is not inflation with extra steps. This is a price increase custom-built for the exact way your eyes move down a shelf. You check one number, they know which one, so they move the increase into the number you never check. Now your first instinct, and honestly, Nora's too. This has to be illegal. It feels like fraud with good graphic design. Somebody should be standing in a courtroom explaining the error. Here's twist number 1. Shrinking the product is legal, as long as the label tells the truth about what's inside. And the label always tells the truth. It just tells it in font size 6, in gray ink, on the bottom corner, while the front of the box shouts family size in letters you can read from the parking lot. Which brings me to Dexter. Dexter works in packaging. And Dexter is an artist. That new dimple in the bottom of the peanut butter jar, the one that ate 2 spoonfuls without changing the jar, that's a Dexter. He unveils it to the boardroom the way museums unveil the Mona Lisa. Nobody on Earth claps louder for emptiness than Dexter. Actually, let's audit Dexter's work right now. Pause this video, grab the nearest bag of chips, and squeeze. Go on, I'll wait. That resistance you feel, that's not chips. And here's how we know exactly how much of it isn't chips. A while back, a kitchen cabinet company, yes, a cabinet company, got so annoyed that they ran a real experiment. They dunked the bags underwater and measured how much space each one actually took up, versus how much chip was really inside. 14 of America's best-selling chip brands. The average bag, 43% air. The Champion measured 59%, a bag that is mostly balloon, lightly dusted with cheese. The most honest bag in America? The little corn chips, 19%. Somewhere, their packaging guy is being yelled at. This whole move has a name, and economists have been tracking it for years. Shrinkflation. Same price on the outside, less product on the inside. Which means the real price, the price per ounce, went up. You just never watched it happen. Now here's what everyone gets wrong, and it's twist number 2. People assume shrinkflation is how companies sneak past the government's inflation numbers. It is not. There are people at the Bureau of Labor Statistics whose actual job is to catch this. When a roll of toilet paper drops from 220 sheets to 200, someone in a federal office counts, does the math, and records it as a 10% price increase. Sheet by sheet. Somebody checked. Twice. So the inflation number is honest, and when the statisticians added up all the shrinking across the whole economy, it barely moved the national needle about 1/100% a year. But zoom into the snack aisle and the same trick added about 2.5% a year. Think of it like a dripping faucet. The city's water meter doesn't even blink. The city is fine. But every single drop is coming out of your bathroom, invisible in the economy, loud in your pantry. This thing literally lives where you snack. Which leaves one very uncomfortable question. If it doesn't fool the government, and after today it doesn't fool you, who is the costume for? The answer wasn't found in a boardroom. It was found in a freezer aisle in Chicago. Researchers pulled years of real grocery scanner data, every ice cream tub sold across an entire city, and measured what shoppers actually punish. Raise the price 10%? Customers scatter. Shrink the carton 10% instead? Almost nobody flinches. Same lost money. Totally different reaction. We are about 4 times more sensitive to the price tag than to what's inside the package. Raise the price a dime, we riot. Remove 4 chips. Silence. You've watched a magician do this exact move. The loud hand waves the scarf in the air while the quiet hand does the actual trick. The price tag is the loud hand. It's been waving at you your whole life. And it gets worse. In newer studies, researchers told people the truth and offered them the choice. Same increase, pay more or get less. Most people chose the smaller package. Of course we did. It's the Band-Aid rule. Everybody knows ripping it off hurts less in total. And almost everybody peels it slowly anyway. A price hike is the rip. Shrinkflation is the slow peel. Given the choice, we pick the peel. Every single time. So no, we don't just fall for the trick. Given the menu, we order it. Companies didn't invent your blind spot. They found it. And then they moved in and redecorated. So every time regular inflation spikes, companies reach for the quiet lever, and the newest version doesn't even shrink the bag in your hand, it shrinks the math around it. The 12-pack becomes a 10-pack. The price even drops a little, feels like a deal, and the cost of each bar quietly climbs. It's the old pizza joke, finally profitable. Cut my pizza into 6 slices, please. I could never eat 8. The multi-pack is betting you count slices, not pizza. The label is still telling the truth, it's just telling it in a language called division. And don't expect the front of the box to help you. Boxes don't come in ounces anymore, they come in feelings. Family size, party size, sharing size, fun size. None of those are measurements. Fun is not a unit. So how do you beat a costume? You raid the one number that can't wear one. On almost every shelf tag right under the big price, there's a small one. The price per ounce. Per sheet. Per 100. That's the unit price. The box can shrink, the bag can pose, the multi-pack can do long division in the dark. The unit price doesn't care. It's an X-ray. One glance and the air shows up on the scan. Some countries got tired of asking shoppers to carry the X-ray themselves. France passed a law. Big supermarkets must now put a sticker on any product that shrank. Basically a sign that says this got smaller, the real price went up. In the first week, almost no store had the stickers up, which tells you exactly how much they wanted you to see them. And just this May, a German court went further. It ruled against a chocolate maker whose bar slimmed from 100 grams to 90 inside the same familiar wrapper, and said the tiny truthful label was not enough. The costume's legal armor just got its first crack. As for Nora, she doesn't shake boxes anymore. She flips the shelf tag and reads the small number. Some days the shrunken box still wins, and that's fine. At least it won, honestly. The cartoon tiger still smiles at her every morning. She just stopped smiling back. So here's the lesson, plain and simple. Shrinkflation is a price increase per ounce wearing a same price costume. It's legal. It's counted. And it keeps working for exactly one reason. You read the price tag, while the market reads you. The moment your eyes drop to the unit price, the costume has nothing left to hide behind. If you've seen my video on the frozen job market, you already know this channel's whole obsession. Every number they show you is true, and the machine still hides underneath. This is that in your grocery cart. So hit subscribe, because I dig up the invisible machinery behind the prices you pay every single week, and I put it on screen where you can finally see it. And the next time someone hands you a family-size anything, you can smile, flip the tag, and ask it very politely. Per ounce? I'll see you in the next one.